Hi, this is Gil still again. This is Module 4 and my presentation on technology integration. So looking at our district as a Dodge City USD 443 and looking what our current vision statement is. So Dodge City Public Schools will develop positive citizens through safe and individualized learning environments for all students, preparing them to be college and career ready in math and literacy skills. So we can tell that there is an absence in Dodge City USD 443's vision statement. Um, Looking at why it may not be included as part of the vision statement is because on the website, USD 443 has that the department supports the USD 443 mission statement, decisions made by district administration, curriculum goals within the district to meet USD 443's changing needs. And it says that we provide prompt and knowledgeable support to increase the productivity, efficiency, and communication expertise of students, parents, faculty, and staff. So even though it technically isn't in the vision statement, there is a section that says, here's what the technology department is doing and how we're embedding it into our district as well. So the primary purpose of my presentation is to look at technology and how we're embedding it, what challenges we may have, and what we can do to improve upon within the USD 443. First, looking at technology demographic personnel. So we are a big district of over 7,000 students. Um, and then looking around 1,200 employees. So we have a lot of assistance that needs to go on. So we have two IT supervisors that share the duties and will help out anytime and anywhere. And then they have informational systems techs, developmental program specialists. We have a Skyward supervisor that can help us in those areas that we may have things going on. The IT supervisors have 4 techs that they send out to buildings to help with any errors that may be going on or things that we cannot figure out in the building. 3 computer technicians that also come out as well, but also ones that we can reach and call out to that can also help with some issues that we may have as well. And then we have info systems personnel, 2 of those as well. What does the technology department provide in USD 443? A broad spectrum of support for the planning, development, deployment, integration, cybersecurity of our state-of-the-art infrastructure and computing and telecommunication services. So those services include many different things that we work on within our district and how we can utilize it to help us look at data, help us communicate with families, communicate with each other. So I won't read through the entire list of services including. I'll just hit on a few of the things that are vital in helping us be successful as a district. So looking at computer networks, installation, and maintenance. So we look at those annually as a building on what our needs are, but then we also have things that we ask for support throughout the entire school year. Sometimes when we have issues with the internet, the reliable bandwidth for web-based courses, that's something where we have computer techs come in or the specialist and be able to help us out with that. Also with equipment support and then an equipment replacement cycle. So the district has a cycle on how we do that. With COVID, one of the challenges right now is being able to get equipment in as soon as possible. So that is a concern that we have where we have a good amount of students in our district that don't have devices because of just how long it is taking to get those devices in. Tech will also send emails out to talk about software support and updates. We also have a district student data warehouse system, so it's called EduClimber. So we're able to look into that and get assistance as needed. And then ClassLink implementation and support. So that is our communication tool to all families that goes in their language that they put on their enrollment sheet, which goes into Skyward, which then connects to ClassLink. Technology utilized within the district, K through 12, we have HP laptops. We have old iPads that we used to have about 4 or 5 years ago that we as a district were utilizing. So as teachers need them because the laptops aren't aligning with what they're needing, we are able to request those and use them. We use Skyward as our database to take attendance, look at grades, and then for printing progress reports and sharing those with families. ClassLink again, EduClimber again, and then Zello. That's something that 6 through 12 is working on. So it's like an online resume that shows accomplishments and things that they're doing that they can share with families as well. Comfortability level of our staff, it could be anywhere from tech comfortable to tech uncomfortable. So that's where we're looking at the multiplier effect. So looking at our leaders that are comfortable with technology, being able to provide support to those other staff members that may not be as comfortable. We also have tech come in that are able to help us and demonstrate different things as well on what we can do to help things run smoother. So we are trying to be as PD focused for staff as much as possible, and then finding those leaders within our building as well, or within our district. Digital citizenship curriculum. So digital citizenship is the ability to safely and responsibly access digital technologies. Right now at the middle school level, we have teachers using Common Sense digital media. So using those lessons and making it their own. Something that we would need to work on as a district is having something aligned K through 12. There are some other grade levels in the district utilizing different resources, but nothing that we have consistently across the board. Student population. So student population that we have that we may need to focus on and how we can help our students are individuals with disabilities, the economically disadvantaged families, single parent families, English learners, migrant students, and homeless youth. So being able to look at all those students and all the diverse population that we have and making sure that we're meeting their needs, that we're getting technology that is purposeful and intentional that can help them be successful. Each student gets a laptop, but that still doesn't mean we don't have some areas that we can work on in order to make it easier for students that may be hearing impaired, or making sure that we have translations or different things like that for our student population here in Dodge City. Cultural and diversity issues in technology. So things that we need to be mindful of and looking at that I think we as a district are looking at is data equity. So having that equity-centered lens and mindset to ensure data is collected, analyzed, interpreted, and shared with diverse stakeholders. So we've definitely gone through the process of beginning these stages and looking at doing all of those things, just now being consistent and being intentional about it and sticking to it and not getting off into our own worlds as staff members and as buildings, but also making sure we're sharing this information with our families as well, not just within our buildings. We need to make sure that we're having everyone involved in understanding what's going on. Then having adaptive and intellectual technology models with the equity gap, looking at culturally responsive classrooms. So we are doing these things, but also need to focus more intentionally that it's happening across the entire district. So focusing on translation, live streaming different events that we need to, web accessibility, and then collaboration. Community and parental involvement. So this from Accenture 2022 is exactly what we noticed when COVID hit, that there is no leadership without technology leadership. We had to pivot many times to be able to come up with different things on how we could get information to our families, which has then helped us move to the HP laptops. That way, students are still be able to be educated, whether we were in school, outside of school, or if they need to take a device home. Having regular communication. So in-person, text, social media, emails, phone calls, whatever it is necessary, just continuing to do that as a district. And then something using ClassLink, which has been beneficial for the teachers here in USD 443. Students and families need to learn how to use technology. We need to provide that education not only to our students, but also who they are living with, who is their caregiver, getting them involved so that they can help their students be successful during that year and also for years to come. Technology is something that is just becoming more and more improved throughout the years, and there are many careers out there that involve technology, um, from coding to gaming, video production, just different things that students are enjoying, but making sure that everyone is aware, and that just putting a laptop or any device in front of them is not good enough anymore. Proposed plan. So looking at our district status and things that we could work on a little bit better throughout the K through 12 system, even though it is happening in some areas, is creating a positive online space. So we need to lay that groundwork. We need to understand that people are still working, but we need to encourage them to get better, to want to be better, um, and to try things even if they aren't comfortable with it. And then also that positive online space of encouraging our students to be allies and active bystanders online. So as a district, when we look at data, we see that that is something that we have a concern with and an issue with that we do need to work on in the district. So looking at digital citizenship, looking at a consistent curriculum that can be utilized to help effectively meet our students' needs, staff needs, and family needs. Next thing, looking at for as a district, creating a shared vision together utilizing the IST standards. So not just looking at it as a district level and making that decision, but asking for opinions of others and having them help dedicate time to a technology mission statement. So at USD 443, we have a vision statement and we have a part on the website that shows how technology is supporting that. But what can we do to include technology in there so that way all stakeholders are aware that technology is at the forefront of our minds. In order to create this shared vision, we need to prioritize PD for teachers. Technology is changing daily, and not all teachers are aware of how to utilize technology, and there needs to be continuous specific PD for them on what they need. So we need to look at a tiered model, just like we do in academics for our students, to do the same thing for our teachers as well, but also utilizing those multipliers, those leaders in our building to where they can support our educators using technology for effective learning and teaching. Building that capacity of educators to implement effective learning and strategies is highly important because once they feel more confident, the students are going to feel more confident, and that's where our data is going to show that we're moving in the correct direction. Being straightforward, focusing on the what, the how, and the why, and then allowing for that collaboration and teamwork in PLCs, team meetings, staff meetings, district level meetings, wherever we need to, so we can move further within this created shared vision together. Then adding to that, with creating that shared vision, we need to build a technology team that is focusing on leadership and vision, understanding the educational environment. So utilizing the staff in the building, but utilizing the expertise of people outside of the building as well to focus on the common goal of integrating technology and doing it confidently and intentionally to help our students succeed both in and outside of school, but still keeping their families involved as well. Managing technology and support services, facilitate adult learning. So, and then looking at aligning our mission, vision, and core values all together as a district. So looking at our vision statement as USD 443, it was written really well. And I think just by including a few words in there, it shows that we're integrating technology and getting them ready for the real world and individualizing their learning. So the vision statement could look like Dodge City Public Schools will develop positive citizens through safe and individualized learning environments for all students, preparing them to be college and career ready in technology, math, and literacy skills. So this is something we could do to integrate technology, but something we can look at as well and collaborate and see what we think would work best for our district. CLO correlation. So how's my understanding improved with technology and why we need it at our district, technology is vital. When we look at it, we know that many careers involve technology, and our job is to help get our students prepared for what their life looks like after school, after through their K through 12 education. Some things that we need to look at and focus on to help our district move towards a mission, vision, and process for continued improvement are making sure that we have something for positive online spaces. And how can we help our students understand that? And how can we help them be good digital citizens online as well? So looking at a curriculum that we can use across the district, that we grow upon standards each year after year, and not just looking at having some teachers or some schools doing it, but everyone doing it. And then just making sure we have that data equity, doing those assessments, collecting the data, sharing the data, and sharing it not with only each other, our students and our families as well. And then having that two-way communication when we're having conversations about technology and what we need to work on, improve upon, and what's going great. And then just including all stakeholders for the betterment of USD 443. Relevancy statement. How and why is this assignment relevant to me? It's relevant to me because we utilize as a district one-to-one laptop devices. We're always discussing a shared vision with technology. We're still in the process of beginning that, but we know that it is vital. Utilize technology with families. So we're always looking at social media, making phone calls, texting, using ClassLink, anything to contact those families. It's also relevant to me because where I work at in my building at Dodge City Middle School, our teachers are using that common sense media to teach digital citizenship and have a plan and use data and take assessments to look at how we can improve upon it and look at our discipline referrals and connect all of those. District's vision statement and issues revealed. There's no technology that's included in our statement. Something we definitely need to focus on as a building, as a district, is educating and providing that PD for our staff, students, and families. Right now, we can throw a technology device in front of them, but if they are not sure how to use it, it's not going to help them in the long run. We don't have this shared vision with all stakeholders, and there can be communication gap with families. We have a primarily population of Hispanic families, up to 80%, but we just need to not worry about those Spanish-speaking families. We need to look at the Somali, the Vietnamese, and looking at all those different things and helping every stakeholder within our district. Personal reflections and how it will impact my future as a district leadership. So wanting to look at our vision, mission, and core values and creating technology within those. Just because we are in a technology-driven world, we want to be able to connect all things we want to work on as a district and align that. High priority would be focusing on support for the educators using technology. Without our educators and the confidence in them, we will not be able to move forward. So having some type of PD timeline on how we can help them, and having that regular communication with all stakeholders in the district as well to see what's going well, what is not, and what we can do to move forward. Also looking at a consistent digital citizenship curriculum across the district. So we are looking at how we do that in academics, in math, science, social studies, and ELA, but technology is just as important. And then educating our students on how to use technology, providing that PD to them as well. Just because they may be more tech savvy than adults doesn't mean they completely understand how to utilize it. And then just continuous efforts on digital citizenship. And then overall aligning our mission, vision, and core values. And then here are my 3 reference pages for this presentation. Thank you.